Right now, Miami has the top emerging porn market. California is dying.
The multi-billion-dollar porn industry is in a revolution, and Miami is taking the lead.
The Miami porn scene, it's more of an amateur scene.
California is these really big companies. Florida's all independent productions.
Where it's not just about sex. It's about tech.
Whoever knows how the internet works is going to do way better than the people who make better porn.
Technology's changing everything from the way porn is consumed to the way it's produced.
Somebody with a camera makes the difference between prostitution and pornography. It's really difficult to tell the difference between the two.
And the market is flooded with free porn and new talent.
Less work for these models. They need income. What are they going to do?
I don't really do escorting. I only deal with one person.
It's a lucrative market with unintended consequences.
It's probably the toughest part of my life, facing my family for my job.
And in Florida, there are no rules.
It's kind of Wild West-ish here.
It's pretty much an unregulated industry in Florida.
It's always hot in South Beach. It's the club.
Florida is so big in the porn industry because it's shaped like a wang.
My name is Veronica Rodriguez. I am a porn star and adult entertainer, model, and actress.
A quarter of porn production in the U.S. comes from Florida.
Today I came to the XBiz because my website is launching.
We have lots of metrics.
So I have 2 months to find how to distribute my content right. Nice.
Oh, it's great.
So what is your guys' rate? I also need credit methods, billing. My website is supposed to launch the last week of August. I want to advertise the launching of my site, and I need a lot of traffic.
No, you're not grabbing my butt. That's my fat.
You're funny.
I never set out to be a porn director or own a porn studio or be where I'm at right now. Thighs. On my thighs. On my thighs. We shoot mainly interracial reality porn. My competition is the internet, is mastering that, is getting as many eyes on my content as possible.
I'm Lance Hart. I'm a pornographer, a porn performer, and I help people create their own porn productions through my pervap.com project.
What's up, man?
We help independent producers produce their porn, distribute their porn, market their porn, and at the end of the day, make a profit. I'm obsessed with growing the business, and I like to catch up with some people I know here.
We've just been throwing breadcrumbs all over the internet to get traffic for years, and it's working, and we're making money. But when we look at Google Analytics, we're missing, like, a lot.
The competition to sell porn in a market full of free videos is fierce. Thousands of porn clips are uploaded daily to websites known as tube sites. This one gets twice as many visitors as Hulu per month. Tube sites have slashed revenues for many porn producers, but these guys say they've found a way to use them.
The tube sites are basically like the world's biggest porn marketing system that there is. So you work hand in hand with them.
A lot of people whine about them a lot. The argument is, if they wouldn't have started all these free tube sites, then we'd still be making millions and millions of dollars. Whoever knows how the internet works is going to do way better than the people who make better porn.
The internet is the new medium, and these are the new pornographers.
There's almost like $30,000 on just shoes here. Over here. I don't know, I lost count how much I spent on Jordans. A lot of them are gifts, so. And I also have a lot of heels here too, and boots. Which one should I wear? Before I got in the industry, I was living in a garage. I couldn't even pay for my bills. This is what I'm wearing this weekend, and those two right there, the pink and purple one. 4 years after, look what I built, look where I'm living. And yeah, this is my makeup artist. This is my favorite part of the house, my little makeup station.
Veronica is one of the top 100 porn stars on this site. She has more than 200,000 Twitter followers. But her popularity has a price.
It feels awesome that people love you, but also what they're loving me for is for pornography. And that brings a big consequence. It's probably the toughest part of my life, facing my family for my job.
Alienated by her family, Veronica decided to concentrate even more on the porn business. Like many models, she's becoming an independent producer.
I want to make my own videos, produce them, direct them, and sell them myself and distribute them, and just keep the whole profit. I shot for many different companies in the industry. I realized that they sell the scene for $50,000. I'm only getting paid $1,500, so I'm not really making all the money of this video, but I'm the one doing it, I'm the one acting. So I said, you know what, I'm tired of getting taken advantage.
Porn has been good to Veronica, but she's an exception.
There will always be outliers. There will always be people who will be really, really successful at the margins. But for the vast majority of people toiling away in the porn industry, you have a very, very short shelf life.
I'm gonna put the video on my website, and then a couple months after I'm gonna make a DVD.
If we're looking at pornography performers who do have more control over their conditions, it could mean an increase in security, an increase in power, an increase in control over that aspect of their employment.
It's against the law to pay someone for sex. Paying someone to have sex on camera, that's pornography, and that's legal.
It seems like what's going on in most of porn is sex for money. The fact that somebody with a camera makes the difference between prostitution and pornography means that it's really difficult to tell the difference between the two.
These days, porn stars have other ways of making money.
When I started my first year of porn, I probably made I would say like 100,000. Then I started making 150 the second year, then 200 the third year. And then the fourth year, I have my agreement, and I started making 400,000. So this was a great year for me.
Veronica says an agreement is a type of escorting arrangement with one client. Porn has always pushed technology, but has technology pushed porn back into the world's oldest profession?
Since I became a porn star, people wanted to book me to do shows in different clubs, so I decided to take classes. And now I know probably like 20 tricks on the book.
Making money in porn is not what it used to be, with so many new girls entering the industry. But some porn stars have found ways to diversify their income.
A lot of girls do escorting. That's where you make the most money. I don't really do escorting. I only deal with one person, which means you're exclusive, you have an agreement. More companionship. You can make more money doing companionships than actually in a film.
Veronica's investing the money she's making into her own company. And she's planning to sell a special video that will be exclusively on her website.
I need to set up a scene for this Saturday. We have a lesbian scene, and we need to find a girl. We need to make sure that girl's in town, and we also need to make sure that girl is tested. That means an STD test. In the industry, everybody has to get tested every 14 days. But for my company, I only take 7 days. Veronica Rodriguez. Yeah, maybe we need like a GoPro. And I definitely want to do a lot of rose petals floating in the water.
Rose petals?
Yeah, I think that would be hot. All right, let me call Diamond and see if she's available to work with us.
Hello.
Hi, Mommy. How are you? We're going to write a script tonight for sure, and you're going to help me. Yeah. Are you available to work this Saturday? What I want to do is a girl-girl scene, and I would love for you to work with me.
Yeah, I'm open.
Do you have any tests right now?
No, my test is expired.
Okay, we can meet up at the talent testing place so we can get tested.
Let's try to stretch it out the scenes and do a little longer than we've been doing it before.
It's not, definitely not. We're not going to do an hour scene. I'm not going to do an hour scene, but I'll do it like 30 minutes. I still haven't set up call time and the whole shoot information, but I'll do that tonight and I'll email it to you.
Okay.
All right, for sure,
yeah.
Mommy. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye. I want to launch my website with minimum 20 scenes. So this scene is definitely going to be one of them.
Starting a business is the American dream for Veronica, who says she grew up poor in Venezuela. She says just a few years ago, she was struggling to pay her bills, working at McDonald's, then Hooters.
That's when a regular client will start coming in and will sit always at my table. And he advised me that he had the hookup and I should be a porn star. I was like, wow, I can't, like my family would kill me. I kind of thought about it for a couple weeks. I told him like I want to be an extra in one of the movies. And I actually saw people having sex in front of me and I was just in the background, but I didn't get paid like the main, you know, in the film. I wanted money and that's all I was looking for really, like a better pay. And I decided to be the main. I actually remember how much I got paid for my first scene and that was $1,000. In a porn film, I make what I can make in 2 weeks, just in one day.
My name is Veronica, and I'm 19.
The first scene that I ever shot was for one of the biggest companies here in Miami. And everybody wanted to meet me, all the companies wanted to shoot who was that new girl. I stayed in Miami for 6 months, and I try to shoot for other companies that are based in Miami. There's going to be a time where you can't shoot anymore in Miami because you already shot for everybody. And after that, they fly you to LA and Vegas.
The average career span of a porn girl is 2 to 3 months. In that 2 to 3 month span, yeah, you can get some money, you can come in, you can shoot for everybody. But if you're not a performer, if you're not really in this to be a porn star, that's where it stops. There's a whole flock of new girls trying to get that same 100,000 that you're trying to get, and then you get cycled out. So then they go, okay, well, I'm gonna start my site, but then you start your site, and what you encounter is some real cats online who really know how to make money with your content way better than you do. And by the time you figure out how to get money on it, it's old. The porn game right now is a tech game. The real business happens on the computer, with your coders, with your developers, with your designers, with your social strategy. That's the business of online porn. The girls, they just happen to be the product.
Now, do you want me in tights for that one? Yeah. All right, let me get lube. But did you ever think it would come to this?
Lance Hart says he assembled a dream team of the gay porn industry at a rented studio in Tampa to create videos for their personal sites under pervout.com.
Pervout paid for their studio and any costumes they needed, their food for the week, their flights to get out.
In return, Pervout gets a cut of their sales.
And I was born and raised Mormon.
Were you really? I grew up with a lot of Mormons.
Did you?
Yeah. I grew up very comfortable and happy. I got one big brother. He's a great role model. I never wanted for anything. My parents always tried to get me active in sports and just anything I had interest in, they totally supported.
Yeah. Did you have a trampoline when you were growing up?
I did.
Yeah, that's a lot of Mormons. Yeah, lots of Mormons have trampolines.
Porn's the only thing I've ever been able to be passionate about. I mean, I couldn't care about any career for more than a month. And now, years and years running, I love what I do. You know, it's great.
I like that, too. Like it?
I think I added up 38 careers before porn.
Rolling! Action.
I was a project manager for a software company in Orlando. The economy kind of tanked. I got laid off, and I needed to pay rent. It was that simple. I ended up seeing something for modeling. I sent them some pictures, and they called me right away and said, hey, we'll fly to San Diego. We'll pay $1,800. All we need you to do is on film. And I thought, that'll cover rent, you know? So went out and did it. It was actually a really good experience.
That's all.
I never hit him, right? I hit him like this.
Yeah, you did it great. The first shoot I was in where I made money, they had one camera guy. I saw how simple it was, and that's when the seed got planted of one day I'm going to own my own porn business. Now it looks like I got eyeliner on, but maybe that's sexier. Then I got a camera, eventually did start shooting, started making some good money, and we're off to the races.
Pretty much as good as it gets. It's
right.
Cool.
Lance launched his company 2 years ago to help models produce, shoot, and distribute their own videos. His friend, porn star Jesse Coulter, brings in new talent.
Studios are failing. Sites are failing. Models aren't getting booked as regularly as they were. Why pay me $1,400 when they can pay this guy over here $500? And he looks better, and he's in better shape. He's got what I have and more.
We had never been to any
Less models being booked, less work for these models. They need income. They don't have a safety net. They're either uneducated or they've gone so far into the industry there's no turning back now. What are they going to do? Well, they'll start their own site, but most of them don't know how. We'll take you in, we'll show you what you need to know, give you all these skills to help you be a producer.
They're going to transition and put their feet up to your face.
Running
up to your face, and you're just doing all this kind of stuff.
Lance and company are shooting this scene for Trenton Ducati, which will go on pervout.com.
We're taking the power of production and ownership and equity and putting that into the actual performer and the independent producer.
Out of order.
Yeah.
Start with that.
Okay.
And that'll be at the end. So let's just get it now, and then we'll do all the easy stuff.
Cut.
Do it on this one.
Oh, on this one. Okay, cool.
Porn is one of the few industries where men make less than women.
Ah.
But men can make more money in gay porn than in straight porn.
I'd never thought about hooking up with a guy, never been attracted to guys. Wasn't on my radar, you know? Cool. As it turns out, it was way less uncomfortable than doing a sales presentation to like a board of directors.
Entry steampunk.
So let me get the
World's Fair.
If you're straight and you kiss a guy the first time, it's like, oh, stubble, weird, and oh, he smells like a man, and oh, it's so different than a girl, you know. After a few times, I could physically enjoy it, even though I wasn't into guys. And then it's funny, over time, the walls kind of came down, and I guess I'd still say I'm straight, but every now and then I'm like, oh, that guy's hot. And it just kind of grows on you, I guess. I don't know, acquired taste.
So, we'll be right back after these messages.
He tells me, I really like you, but we can't have a normal relationship. I'm not a normal person. I'm in the porn industry. And it's not just porn, I do gay porn.
Right. A fan got my number somehow, called, and he said, hey, I just want to know, are you gay or straight? And before thinking, I just said, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's a whole part of the gay community that's really upset every time I post a picture on Twitter of me and my girlfriend. Because they're like, he shares a bed with a woman, he's straight, he's just gay for pay. So if you ask them, I'm straight. I don't know. You know, call it what you will.
Your eyebrows look really well groomed. Did you just get them done?
No. I had been single for years, and I met Laura, and she was glowing.
I thought he was extremely good looking. He has a very strange, kind of offbeat sense of humor, which I find very attractive. I was instantly attracted to him. He tells me, I really like you, but we can't have a normal relationship. I'm not a normal person. I'm in the porn industry. And it's not just porn, I do gay porn.
Hey, you're Alex, right?
I was just blown away. I mean, I was astonished would be the best word for it, and it took me a long time to kind of fully comprehend what it meant when he told me that he was in the adult entertainment industry. And I thought, you know, am I going to go with love and see where it goes and take a risk, or am I going to just be closed-minded and not even give this a chance? And I went with option A.
Lance and Laura have been living together for 2 years.
People get so disappointed when they find out you have a girlfriend.
Can I bring my girlfriend? Oh, I don't know. I'm like, okay.
Not interested.
Yeah.
Instant boner kill. Pornography to me, as long as it's not hurting someone, as long as it's not exploiting someone, there's other things in the world to be concerned with than that.
And when Laura moved in, we stopped shooting here. That was like a rule.
That was one of my only rules.
It's too good to be true. Like, the woman I love accepts me for who I am, and I get to do porn. That seems crazy, right?
Hi.
Hey.
Are you working?
Hey. You're pretty.
You're so pretty.
Thank you. Oh, I love coming here. I compare it to actors in Hollywood who do like these sex scenes, you know, like in Titanic. There's Kate Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio, and they do this like awesome sex scene, and that movie won an Oscar, you know what I mean? And they're actors. And that's how, over time, I just look at it as, he's an actor. He's an actor.
A lot of people may think that because I'm a porn star, you know, I don't really have a relationship behind the camera, but I do.
Pretty cool body now.
It's really good. That looks really good. Try to hold it for me.
Can I open up your jacket a little bit?
He is my cameraman. He's the one that do all my pictures and all my photo shoots, and I convince him to be my male talent, you know.
You know, it's tempting, but it's just pricey.
I got tired of working with guys that I don't know. I don't have no feelings for them at all. So why not make a really romantic and, you know, passionate scene with a person you love? Every scene that me and him shot together, faking anything. We're not really acting. We're just doing what we do off of camera.
Can I get your finger in your mouth? Are you teasing me? Perfect. Right there, right there, right there, right there, right there. Literally, like, I quit all I knew, you know. The job I worked for 10 years, you know, I had the best job in the world. I had it all made, and I gave it all up just to take a chance on this, and now it's like, it was rough for the first couple of years, but I feel like it's paying off. I had to learn how to use cameras, I had to learn how to record, you know, a lot of, it's more business and logistics to get everybody in the same room.
My boyfriend knows that this is a job, and there's relationships in the porn industry. People are married, you know, they have to shoot with other people. It's more about trusting your partner and not getting jealous, and even if he's shooting with another person, it's the same case for both of us.
She was working at McDonald's in the drive-thru, and I drove by, and I made a lasting impression.
My shift was done, I was about to go home, and I start getting a text, you know, from a number that I don't even know. And my girlfriend that is serving the food in the second window gave him my number for money, for like $400.
And I threw all this money out and to get her number, and she just basically took care of me. Hello?
You have my own phone?
Yeah.
Why? I need it.
You left it in the car. I didn't do it. You left it charging in the car. So she actually got the money from that girl and gave it all back to me.
That was about 5 years ago.
To me, he means the world. Like, he's my best friend. He makes me better. He makes me save my money. He makes me pretty much get to where I'm at right now. Because if it would be for me, I'll blow up my money on clothes. So we help each other.
They are so loud out there. I'm gonna have my work cut out for me.
Scott and Phoenix are a couple who produce homemade porn for websites like Homegrown and custom-made videos for private clients.
We have people from all over the world who ask us to shoot models for their certain fantasy. This is, I want you to be louder, this is, I want you to calm down. If I go like this, that means wrap it up, you're at the end.
They started webcamming as a couple.
We had an open relationship, It was never an issue filming ourselves to make extra money.
And then started a porn production company.
We do 3 shoots a month at least.
Sometimes up to 10.
Sometimes up to 10.
Did we decide on Naomi for the scene?
Yeah.
The whole amateur niche in the adult community, it's really exploded in the past few years, and so there's a lot more people like us out there.
Oh, you've got me on your desktop.
Of course I have you on this in a non-pornographic you. There are a lot of people in the industry who have families. In fact, it was once suggested that as a studio, they should provide daycare services for the models.
I would like an electric tea kettle.
I'd like a lot of things.
I don't think the porn stars are making that much money anymore. I think they're making more doing what they do on the side. You can do webcamming, you can do texting fans, you can do Skype shows, you can do verified calls where people call you. So there's a lot of things, you know, not only porn films. I do a lot of presentations around the US, and I mean, imagine there's so many strip clubs around the US, and all of them want me to go and do a show at their club and bring all my fans. I'm not just a porn star, you know, I know what I want and I'm building it, and I'm serious about it. I'm trying to make millions in this industry.
Magic City is full of porn dreams in need of a reality check.
Miami, you got a lot of refugees, you got a lot of people doing illegal things, you got a lot of immigrants, you got all kinds of things happening out here. It's about the people trying to invade the industries and take over something that you've been kept out of for so long. It's like nothing anywhere else. Nudity and sex everywhere. So we're gonna take some stills over here. Smile.
Scott D is shooting in a suburban home.
Perfect.
But moves out of sight when he sees kids playing next door.
Let's move. Come on.
How do you make money when everyone just gets free porn?
The free is always going to be here. How does a bottled water company compete with the faucet?
If someone is giving away a product for free, then it does raise questions about whether that industry is going to stay viable. But what we've seen is that free porn has been accessible for quite some time, and yet the porn industry is doing absolutely fine.
The real trick is differentiating the porn watcher from the porn buyer, and then marketing to the porn buyer.
People live to spend money. Why am I going to go dig through a tube site just because it's free? What's 20 bucks to get what I really want?
We upload freebies, and we track what people are really interested in, and then we cater directly to you, and we help you find what you want.
Then they'll come to your site, and then it becomes a numbers game.
If you can see normal sex everywhere and you don't have to pay for that, in order to really get customers, you have to offer them something different. And that something different often is something more violent. Maybe it involves things that are a lot riskier because you're really having to tell people, we've got this product you can't just get for free, we've got something special.
You just keep tempting me, don't you?
A lot of people still think that the porn industry is how it was in the 90s, where you put up a video and you can make thousands of dollars off of one video. It is not like that at all. It has a lot to do with the tube sites, but also has a lot to do with people like us.
Here you go. 3, 2, 4.
Because people can do it in relative small areas with a relatively small budget. But small budget also means small pay.
Let's do like 3 minutes of and the rest of the
Do it like this.
Here's pervout.com Central in all its glory.
At the Pervout headquarters, business meetings are super casual.
They're my favorite, they're so delicious.
Yeah, 10-day cookie is still a lot of cookies.
10 is a lot of cookies.
Yeah. Business is good. We're not getting rich, that's for sure, but revenue is coming through. For every extra $5,000 we make in profit a month, we hire someone and put them to work. This is the shoot from yesterday.
Pervout has hired 2 new employees and recently got an offer for a buyout.
Someone offered us $1 million without looking at our books at all. I went home in my car that's not even halfway paid off, and my girlfriend got home from work and we were tired and we pet cats and watched Netflix, and I thought, God, if I took that deal, I could say, hey baby, you want to quit your job and go to Paris?
Suddenly, Lance had a lot to consider. Veronica and local porn star Diamond Kitty are preparing for the special scene that will launch her website, and Veronica plans to make the most of it.
So you can see through them. If I buy her outfit for her to shoot for me, I get to keep her outfit.
The video is just one of the things she's selling.
And her fans, after they watch her scene, they will offer you more than what you spend on a scene for the whole outfit. Just because she wore it and just because it smelled like her, fans love that, and they will offer you more than what you spend on a scene for the whole outfit. Thank you.
On this day, Veronica's filming the special scene that will help launch her website.
I'm very excited today.
Veronica wasn't always her own boss. It's taken her more than 4 years and about 400 scenes to get to where she is today. But there were many gigs she didn't want to do along the way.
There's been many times that I do things that I don't want to do. And sometimes before the shoot, we do not talk it out. They don't explain you if it's a hardcore scene, if it's a where they actually hurt your throat in your face. You learn that when you're on set and you're doing it.
Food's ready. Can I serve you food?
They take advantage a lot about the amateur girls that are between 18 to 19 that don't know much about what they're getting into. They try to take advantage of you because you're young, because you don't know any better, because you're new in the business.
We have lots of age restrictions when it comes to other types of occupations, and I think we need to think about raising the age to at least 21, where most people would be less vulnerable to exploitation.
I did a film with a guy from Spain. Obviously, it's okay for them to slap a girl in the face. I'm not into these things, I'm Latin, so for me, it insulted me that I got smacked. So I have to stop the whole production and making it clear that he cannot touch me like that.
It's very curious to think about how there are so few protections for porn workers. They are doing a very hazardous job, and they're doing it under conditions that are pretty terrible. Many porn performers will talk about extremely long hours. They'll talk about shoots that go on way past their point of physical capacity, being sexually harassed, people stealing their wages. These are all things that should bother us and do bother us when we're talking about other types of industries. And for some reason, when it comes to the sex industry, we don't seem to care.
Never tell my mom about it.
No.
My family, they find out when I was already a year and a half in the industry. My brother called my mom and snitched on me. My job for her was pretty much insulting towards her religion and her beliefs. Me and her had no contact at all. In a year, that was really hard for me. My mother was always my best friend, and for her to be so mad at me and to have so much anger for me letting her down, it was horrible. And of course, I was thinking about leaving porn. But I was already in the industry. My image was already out there in the internet. They're all okay with me except my mother. I'm trying to rebuild this relationship with her, this trust that I broke between me and her. And yeah, it's a very delicate thing to talk about for me. Yeah, someday she will understand, That's all. Sorry. With my family, the rest of my family, I help them, I try to help them financially. That's really all I can do for them and show them, who I am.
Are you helping her?
She doesn't want help. My mother doesn't want any type of help, She wants me to get out of this business.
I am concerned about discrimination based on what I've done. 20 years down the road, say I'm doing something different and I'm in a business suit. My boss calls me in and I sit down across from the desk and he takes one of my DVDs and he slides it across the desk and says, "Do you want to explain this?" I've thought long and hard about it and I think I would say, "Well, what do you think? Did you like it?" Because what's there to explain?
Whenever she gets here, we'll all three talk and figure out what you guys are cool with, so we don't go outside any limits and stuff.
Laura and I want to buy a house, so we're working on that short term. She wants kids. I'd like kids. She's 31, I'm 35, so it's decision time pretty soon.
Lance and Laura contemplate their future.
And go.
I would like him to eventually consider retiring if we decide to have children. That's a whole nother can of worms.
Yeah, just drive them in and then just shove them to sofa. I think just action of you dragging them in for science. Yeah.
It wouldn't be, I think, the most ideal or most socially accepted job for a father of a small child to have, but he is the person that he is, and I accept him for who he is at this present time.
So I'm going to Martha's Vineyard, and we're going to make some gay and TS porn for the week. I'm working with 4 of the top named TS girls in the industry, which is kind of exciting.
What is TS?
TS, transsexual.
Have you done scenes with transsexuals before?
Yeah, a bunch. A lot. And I actually really enjoy that. I think it's a lot of fun. She bought me a new coffee maker and left it at the house because she knows I love coffee. And it's the most thoughtful thing she's done for me in about a year. Laura comes home from work, and something was different, man. She just had a look in her eye. Now I know she was trying to balls up the courage to break up with someone that she cared about.
Laura left Lance after 2 years of living together.
People that are close to me assume it's the porn, and it's not. If it was, God, that'd be so much easier for her to explain. But that wasn't the case she was building, man. It was, I ate too much McDonald's. I smoked too many cigarettes. I don't listen to her about what's really bothering her. Now I'm living alone in that apartment. I still got her cat. She bought me a new coffee maker and left it at the house because she knows I love coffee. And it's the most thoughtful thing she's done for me in about a year. I've done one scene since we broke up, and I wanted to cry. Just touching someone reminded me of Laura.
Back in Miami, Veronica says she's not worried about her agreement ending now that she's launching her business.
There's more agreements out there. I'm a porn star. I don't really just need to depend on somebody. I have my options. You can also do webcamming. I prefer to do Skype shows over camming because I can make doing one Skype show for 30 minutes what I can make on a cam on 2 hours. I can see the fan too. It's more private. It's just one-on-one.
With social media, she can interact directly with fans anywhere around the world, anytime.
If you have a favorite porn star, you can follow her on Twitter, you can message her, you can have virtual sessions with that performer. That's a kind of direct access that neither the performers nor the consumers have had in the past. There used to be, I think, a brighter line between porn and prostitution. In pornography, you are not being paid to have sex. You are being paid for a performance. And that's supposed to mean that pornography is like artistic expression. But in the last few years, as we've seen that pornography production can be just a guy with a cell phone camera, it's really hard to see what that line is between just having sex for money and having sex for money on camera.
The next frontier in porn is interactive, virtual or real life.
It's changing, and a lot of the people who were in it previously weren't able to adapt. So as the industry shifts towards online, and you got all these outdated producers that aren't tech savvy, they get phased out. So as they get phased out, you really sit back and you look at the scene and it's like, man, this is wide open.
Our goal for this studio is, once we get it off the ground and kind of self-sufficient, we'd like to pass it off to someone else. Currently, we are both going to college. This is a way to pay for that.
Since Laura left him, Lance says he's focused on PervOut. He says he rejected $1 million offer for a buyout of his company.
I didn't want to quit. I mean, what am I going to do with $1 million? Have a really fun few years for sure, but then what? You know what I mean? I'd rather grow this thing to where it's making $1 million a month.
Just weeks before she launches her website, Veronica's already thinking about the next step.
In the future, there will be VeronicaRodriguez.com without Veronica. I'm not going to be a porn star forever. I see myself selling my company, having kids in a big house, and once I turn 30, I'm done with all the looseness and, I'm ready to settle down.
The porn industry is in a constant state of evolution. There will be someone new to step into her shoes, and a new generation of pornographers will rise to sell sex, online and beyond.
Porn closes a lot of doors for you. So what are you going to do after your porn career is done?
But Veronica knows her footprint will leave a lasting impression.
Once you become a porn star, all of that follows you for the rest of your life.